So first thing you do is, as soon as you open up your Adobe, this how your platform gonna look. It's gonna look kind of weird at first because you really don't know, like, or you've been playing with it a little bit already. But if you haven't, let me just give you a rundown of what's going on. This is just your timeline, which is whatever go up on. So let me just change my Windows settings real quick, my workspace, and then go to workspaces and either put in all panels. Just put in all panels or put in essentials. So essentials would be probably cool too. So that'll have your basics. So like I'm saying, this is your project panel, which is where all your files gonna go that you're gonna be working with. And inside the project panel, these are what's inside these panels. These panels over here to your right is what's in there. It's properties, effect controls, elementary control, essential sound. And you can move this stuff anywhere you want to move it. You can move it anywhere you want to. So you just see what works best for you. But for me, then you can have these windows the sizes that you want. It's better to have dual computers, so you have more space for your desktop or for your editing. But the main panel that you're really gonna be using a lot is the panel that you're gonna view out of. So that's what you're gonna view out of. This effect control, and then if you click this arrow, it'll just give you the options to go back to your project panel, because you're gonna probably use this to drop all your files in. So I'm gonna keep dropping files in. One thing that you want to do when you first started editing is learn the hotkeys. You see, I'm making this big and small just by holding the Alt key and using my roll cursor on my mouse. So I'm not having to just come all the way down here and do it this way. I can actually do it really fast. I'm gonna drop some more in there. If you hold shift and then you click on how many you want, it'll do them all at once instead of doing one at a time. It's just stuff that you learn throughout the way that can help you save space. Save time. So another quick thing is, if you look at this editing window, it'll show you that the size of the video, and it look like it's in real form. So it's probably in 1080 by 1920, which is reals. But if you editing for a YouTube video, you'll want it in 1920 by 1080. So to change that, you'll go up to sequence, and then you will hit sequence settings, and then you can change your sequence settings. And it's showing 1536 by 2048, and that's only because the first picture that I dropped was that size. So you always can reframe it. You either want to do 1080 by 1920, which will show you that is the typical size for YouTube. Not a YouTube, but for a typical size for Instagram video, for a reel, for a TikTok, etc. And if you want to do a YouTube video, you just flip it. So it'll be 1920. And I didn't learn this for a long time, so it'll be 1920 by 1080. 1920. Yeah, it'll be 1080. So it'll be 16 by 9, and you really don't have to worry about them. You could just QuickTime, all that stuff. You could do maximum depth if you want, but always just fix your frame, your video frame size. Then if you hit OK, it's gonna give you the option, and just say OK. So now you see that it changed to the YouTube size. So now the first video, once I double click it, the properties window opening. So I can rotate it, I can scale it, big and small. I can move the position, or I can use my mouse to do it too. But these are the exact panels for this. You can also crop it. So it got the crop technique where you can crop it. So Control Z is to undo whatever you did. So that's why I'm saying, learn these hotkeys. You can move pretty fast. So you definitely can move pretty fast. And let me see. I want this big. Boom. Let me try to line this up a little bit more. Boom. And that's for the first frame. So one of the first time I ever started adding videos, I just used pictures. So I just used pictures as my first time ever editing because it was easy. Then I had edited a song, so it was like a song and like a side slow. So if you want to just start with the basics, just to get the basics done, I would say just add pictures. You can do videos too, but videos is a little bit more technical, not super technical, but it's just more harder than pictures. So we got pictures, and then you might want to add some music. So let me see if I got this mouse up over here, kind of in the way. My bad. So let me see. And I don't have my my what's name on here. Let me see. Window. I got my extension plug in, and I got Epidemic Sound. Epidemic Sound got all the music, sound effects. So I'm gonna drop this in this panel over here, so it'll be easy for me to control. But Epidemic Sounds give you options for sound effects, voices, music, everything. So I'm gonna go to music, and then I'm gonna put in hip hop, something like that. And this, and if you guys are subscribed, I pay like $17 a month. I'll put the link to the subscription for Epidemic Sound in there too. But you can play it, and then you can hear the music in the background. Let me see if I can hear anything. Do I got the speakers still on? Let me make sure. Speakers still on. Download it. And then I'll drop it up on here, and then you can hear it. Just a quick little beat. Let me see. It don't have to be. Then if you double click anywhere on this side of the timeline, it'll get big. Before you double click it again, it get back small. So I'll just double click it so it can get big. Then I'll turn the volume down like that. The beat kind of fast. I just picked any beat just to show you. Turn it down a little bit because I feel like it's too loud. And it's just showing you how to edit a video. All right, so we're going back to the basics because I feel like I'm moving a little bit too fast. You see all this stuff, and you're like, what is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? So if you look to the far left, I'm gonna show you what these guys over here do. So I'm gonna make this bigger, and I'm gonna show you what all these tools do right here. Not all of them. I'm gonna just show you the ones that I use. So this right here is a magnet, and it'll show you if it's unclicked, it won't snap up onto the timeline. But if it is clicked, so like you got to be very precise if it's not snapped on there. I mean, if it's not on there, because it'll be hard to get something pinpoint. But if you got this magnet turned on, it'll snap. See how it's snapping? It's snapping. See, boom. So that's, always leave that turned on. If you feel like it ain't snapping, then you can always go back to it. I mean, you can always just go click it, and then it's cut on. I don't mess with these right here, but this to enter to overwrite, and this is the link selection. So, but I always mess with this right here. So this right here is your selection tool. This is one of the pieces that you're gonna always use the most, and it's just your arrow. So it's gonna be, if you ever want to grab anything, you're gonna use this first, so you can grab stuff. Whenever you want to grab something, that's the only thing that's for. It's for grabbing stuff. It's for grabbing stuff. So you can move whatever you want to move with your selection tool. I can move stuff around. Next is a track forward tool, which is just whatever track you select is gonna select them all behind it. See, it's gonna select whatever behind it. Pretty cool. That's all it do, and it's whatever on that track look like. So I don't even use that, but that's pretty cool though. So if I wanted to select everything on this timeline at once, I just hit that, and that's pretty cool. I'm gonna start using that. And let me see. And then if you hover over it, it gives you the option to select everything backwards from wherever you click at. So I click and it's select everything that way. And that's all it's doing. And that's pretty cool. Your razor tool is another tool that you're gonna probably use a lot. So you're gonna probably go back and forth from the selection tool to the razor tool, selection tool to the razor tool. And the razor tool is just pretty much chopping where you want stuff to be chopped at. So, and the hotkey for that is C, and the hotkey for the selection tool is V. So you're gonna be going back and forth from T, V, C, V. So if you can get that down packed in your head, you can move really fast. So I can cut, boom, now hit V, then I can move stuff. I can hit the cut and then hit V, and then I can move stuff. I can make this bigger, then hit the C button, cut it. So that's what's so good about using these hotkeys. These hotkeys is what's gonna save you a lot of time, and it's gonna help you with a lot of speed. Next, after the cut tool, slip tool, I don't use that. The pen tool is pretty cool. I use the pen tool sometimes. So if I wanted to like draw a shape up on my video, I'm gonna go, I pressed C by accident. So the pen tool, you can just hit P for the pen tool, and you can just draw a shape. That's all the pen tool is for. So you can draw a shape up over your video. You might want to draw anything, and that's all that do. You got the rectangle tool, and then you got the different shapes, ellipse, polygon. So the rectangle tool is what I do if I wanted to like put my own type of background up over the video, so I can move the video above the box. Now I got my own background color. Then you can always change the color and all that stuff, so you can always change it. Let me see. Then you can change it. You could use a color picker to get a specific color. See? And that's what's so cool about that. Object mask tool, I don't use that. The hand tool is how you just move the monitor around. That's what the hand tool is for. So if you might need to just move it around so you can see. So if you got it zoomed in, you might just use the hand tool to make sure whatever you want to move it. I use it sometimes. I use the hand tool a lot. Next is the text tool. I use that a lot. So I might want to put a caption. So I click, and then I'll start putting title, and then I might put intro. And it look like it's up under all the footage, so I'll put it to the top. Let me bring this down some so I can see. Move all this down real quick. Boom. But I will move the title to the top because that's on top of all the footage. Boom. But it looks like I put it on top of this. And can I split that? So it look like I never seen that before. So I'm going to erase that. Boom. Put this back at the bottom. And then I'm going to put the text at the top. There we go. Text. title, and it just gives you the sauce. So that's all you really need to know about when it comes to Adobe Premiere Pro. It's the basics. That's what I use. I'm pretty sure you're not gonna really use too much more. And we can go over a couple of these panels. So another thing that you probably use a lot is the effects panel. The effects is what you can do when you want to put some type of effect, either transition, you want to fix the audio, you want to change some colors. I use it a lot for like cropping, but it's now built into whatever thing you're using, so you don't have to crop. You can put like presets up over it. You definitely gonna use that. Graphic templates, you definitely gonna use that for like your intros and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. You got Adobe Stock, where you can find all type of stock footage. Effects control is another thing that you're gonna do. So I'm gonna give you an example of what you can do with effects control. This is the timeline for the effects control, and you see it move as you move. It move on the timeline at the same time. So you move it over to the front, and whatever you got selected is what you got to select control over. So if I got this selected, now my select control is up over this. But if I select the title, the select control is up over the title. So you can move the position, and then you got time and keyframes. And time and keyframes is the time of keyframes. Gonna time it, and it's gonna record of where it was at when you recorded it. So I moved it off the screen, then I hit the keyframe. So now it's gonna remember to start off the screen. So if I hit play, it's not gonna show on the screen until I move back to the screen. So if I move back to the screen like this, now at this second, that's when it's gonna be right there. So I'm gonna take you back. See, that's all I'm doing. So if I press play, it's crazy. So now if I select, I can see my keyframes. My keyframes is that title is sliding over. But I can also move it faster to where it come out really fast. So now let's look at it. Then I can make it even come even faster. See, look. Then I can make it come even faster. Look, let's show you. Let's see how fast it comes. See, I can make it go even faster than that. We're gonna just keep doing it until they go to super fast. So I can make it, the closer you do it, the faster it comes. So let's make it go really slow. So now let's see how slow it come out. Crazy, right? Make it go even slower than that. Now let's see how slow it come out now. See? And that's what the key controls do. It lets you control specifically what you want to do with each specific piece. So I can do that with I could do that with this. So if I move this right here from the beginning, why it ain't snapping? Boom. So it's at the beginning now. So if I change the position, I bring it down. Boom. Then I record the key positions, and then if I press start, now I bring it back in to the top. And that's what's gonna happen on the video. See, look. See? Now with my key control, I can save my two key controls. Make this open a little bit, because sometimes you can't really see, so you want to open it. So I save my two key controls, and if I move it over some more, I can make it go down, or I can make it go back the other way or something. Let me show you. Boom. Wait, let me go back. Control Z. I can make it go that way. So now you see the arrows is going up, and then it's going out, and then it's showing you the direction that it's going up and then out. So let's look at it. See? And I just made that. I made that easy transition. Thank you for the share. I made that easy transition, and I just gave you the sauce. And that's what effects control is. Libraries, I really don't use libraries. You can, but that's what like your assets or whatever you want to save. Properties, you always want to use your properties because you can control it exactly where you want it. So effects control and properties is probably about the same almost, because you can do the same thing inside of properties and effects control. But effects control is just like putting timers on it. But properties is just gonna be standard, just like that. I'm gonna give you the link for Epidemic Sounds. Lumetri Color is another one that you're gonna be using a lot, and it just help you with your colors. So you might want to change the color of a specific film. Timeline, thanks for the love. You can play with your curves. Let me see. My timeline kind of janky, but y'all get what I'm trying to do. That's my text right there. I'm gonna play with this. I'm gonna play with this real quick, and you can see that it's the color changing. So I'm gonna change the color. You see how it's getting brighter and less dull, and that's what your curves do. You can go crazy if you learn how to do your curves really good. So Lumetri Color, Essential Sound is what you would use if you don't have any type of paid subscription for music. Text is how you really get control of your text. So that title text that we put in, you can get more control over it. You can create captions if it was some audio or something. But them just the basics of video editing. I think everybody should, for the first time, if they never edited a video ever, I think you should get a whole bunch of pictures and put them on the timeline, and just put a song behind it. I think that's what everybody's first video should be. I think you should get a stock footage. So go to your project panel, boom, and I named it Adobe something. And your sequence is just whatever. This right here is your sequence, and it's whatever pretty much the first picture or first file or asset that you put on your timeline is going to most likely be named that. So you can always change your sequence name, or you can just create a new one. So let me show you. And this is the sequence right here, and we're gonna just rename it. And I'm gonna show you how to change. I'm gonna put Adobe 1, 2, 3, and if I hit OK, you see how it changed. And that's all your sequence is. Your sequence is whatever the name of the file that you put on the timeline first. So boom, we got these on here. So everybody, for your first project ever, I want you to go get a whole bunch of pictures and put them on your timeline. Just line them up. You can select them, hold shift and select them all at once, and then drop them on your timeline like that. And just go find a song, and most likely you're gonna probably use Essential Sound, and you can hit music. No selection. You can hit browse and then hit music, and it got some music on here for you. It might not be any good, like super good, but it can get the job done. So then you'll drag it. Should be able to drag it. Was I able to drag? I might have dropped it on the wrong. So audio is down here. I try to drop it on video. So let's see if I can drop it on audio. Okay, boom. And then it's on your audio. Then turn your volume down, cause oops, my bad. Turn your volume down because it might be a little too loud. And just adjust it like that. Just learning the basics. Just keep learning the basics, and That's still on there. I didn't delete that. So I can use my C, hit the C, and then cut it from right there. And then I can right click and cut that. And I can right click, or I can turn back to this one, and then I can right click and hit the apply default, and then it should fade. But I can make the fade longer. So let me see. Make the fade longer, and I can make this fade too. So we're gonna make that fade too. Boom. And that's it. So everybody challenge I want y'all to do is get a whole bunch of pictures and go find your favorite song. It could be a beat, it could be an instrumental, it could be a song you screen record. But just get your song on your track and all your pictures, and try to do something like make the pictures come in when the beat drop, or make it the pictures change when the beat change, or when something hit pop, make it beat, like make it, because if you look at it you can see the pattern. So if I make it, I could probably do it without even looking. See, look, I would probably do it like this, boom, because that's where the beat change at, because you see the space. And I'll probably to right here, and that's where the beat change at. And I'm gonna break it down so you guys can see it a little bit closer. Come on this line, but it's showing you, if you look at the space between the beat, I'm pretty sure it's on beat now. So let's look at it now. See? And it's just showing me where the beat either change at, or change tempo, or where the drums come in at. So you can use your waves, your audio waves, as a guideline to put your pictures on there. So it's showing me, I don't even have to listen to the beat, and I can see exactly where I will probably want to put some type of transition at, either a new picture or what, and it's showing me. And now let's look at it now. See? And that's how you edit. You looking at the audio and using your assets, your footage and stuff. And it's just the beginning. I think if I could leave you guys with any type of tips and knowledge, I would say learn the hotkeys, or learn what hotkeys work for you. I would say play with each window until you be like, oh, I don't need this window. I don't need this window. But you definitely would need this program window so it can show you your play. You will need your timeline window. You definitely would need these. This is what you using to move stuff around with. You will definitely need your asset window, and which is your project panel. You will need your effects. You will need graphic templates here and there, Adobe stock here and there. You will definitely need your effects, and you will definitely need your effects control. But like library, you don't need libraries. So I will probably close that panel. You don't need library. The Dimitri color, you will need that when you're doing video editing. Central sound, you really don't need that unless, especially if you got epidemic sound, you definitely need that. You need your text for like captions and stuff like that. But other than that, it's a basic layout, and you can go crazy with just some stuff on the timeline and your audio. We didn't even get into sound effect yet, transitions, all the other type of stuff. But I would say just keep learning, keep editing, and if you need any specific more help and anything else, please feel free to reach out to me, and let's get it. KeeleenBishop.com, you already know what it is. Happy editing. Let's go. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, because this stuff ain't gonna never stop. Let's get it.